A developing story as the state of Illinois continues to see increasing prices on eggs. Illinoisans are searching for ways to maintain food sustainability. News Channel 20's Monique Davis sat down with policy experts to see why people are resorting to backyard chickens for food. Monique?
That's right. The U.S. Department of Agriculture predicts egg prices will increase up to 20% in 2025. In central Illinois, a dozen eggs are nearly $6, and residents are still facing the 1% grocery tax for another year. With permission from city governments throughout the state, some Illinoisans are relying on backyard chickens to provide food sustainability. Dylan Sharkey with the Illinois Policy Institute says residents should not have to do that.
One of the things that separates Illinois from other states is our housing costs. We have the second highest property taxes in the nation, and for most people, housing is their biggest cost, and so that's a huge contributor to inflation. And we also are one of the only states that still have a grocery tax.
In 2026, the 1% grocery tax will be left to the discretion of local governments. But until then, Sharkey says that 1% still adds up. And if individual city governments don't allow backyard chickens, Sharkey says residents should join together and advocate for change. Reporting in studio, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thanks, Monique. Coming up tonight on News Channel 20 at 6, we dig into how backyard chickens could be the solution to food sustainability for one local city. Good evening and thanks for being here tonight at 6. It all comes down to soaring costs. Residents in the city of Rochester are urging city officials to pass an ordinance which will allow residents to own backyard chickens. News Channel 20's Monique Davis takes a closer look at why they're pushing for this change. Monique?
That's right. I spoke to Aaron Batesel, and he tells me backyard chickens will ensure residents have access to nutritious and affordable food.
It's the raise in cost for all food. We're just wanting to promote more sustainable food systems.
As the prices of eggs are expected to increase up to 20%, Rochester resident Aaron Batesel is urging city officials to legalize backyard chickens.
Not only is it a monetary value of having those eggs with the cost going up on them, but we're also going to teach our students responsibility and caring for these animals.
Batesel says he's gathered more than 100 signatures for his petition.
We know Springfield and some surrounding communities do have chickens, and we wanted to make sure that our citizens were able to have the rights to provide sustainable food.
The cities of Decatur, Springfield, and Champaign are just some central Illinois communities who already allow residents to keep backyard chickens. However, most of these cities do have some restrictions when it comes to keeping chickens on a property.
Anyone that has an approved chicken coop license can have a coop on their property located in the backyard. And they can house up to 6 chickens on their property within those regulations.
Champaign's ordinance has been in place for over 10 years, and Trotter says that backyard chickens go beyond food sustainability.
I think the appeal to a lot of people is, they're somewhat of a domesticated pet to a lot of families that own chickens. They obviously provide eggs when they're well taken care of. Happy chickens lay eggs.
Now, Batesel says the Rochester Village president is on board with the ordinance and will be presented to their committee on Monday. Reporting in studio, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thanks, Monique. The economy was the top thing on voters' minds in November, and on the campaign trail, Trump promised to bring prices down. But now it seems like consumers are worried about the direction the economy seems to be heading. In just a few minutes, we'll take a closer look at why those feelings have changed. The second Trump administration, the White House is taking stock of what it says are its biggest accomplishments. But when it comes to voters' most important issue, the economy, new data shows most people are growing concerned about where things are headed. National correspondent Atra Elnishar reports.
What should be a honeymoon phase for a new president has taken a sour turn for Americans watching their bottom line. Expectations for personal finances and the short-term economic outlook both plunging by about 10% this month, according to the closely watched University of Michigan surveys of consumers. The president said this the week after winning the election.
We're going to get your energy bills in half, and that's going to bring down the cost, generally speaking.
By every measure, gas to groceries, prices have only gone up in the month since President Trump was sworn in.
Your total is...
On the economic front, the administration's main focus has been slashing the scope of the federal government.
We're cutting spending with the advice of our IT consultant, Elon Musk.
And then we're also looking into supply side things. We're still going to see some memory of Biden's inflation. It's not going to go away in a month.
The uncertainty has the private sector uneasy. The country's largest private employer, Walmart, out with a new earnings report, says customers are resilient but cautious. We are 1 month into the year, and there's a lot that we don't know, CFO John David Rainey told the Associated Press. He's talking about tariffs.
We're having reciprocal tariffs. Whatever they charge, we charge. Very simple.
The president plans to hit trading partners with what he calls reciprocal tariffs starting the first week in April, brushing off economists' warnings tariffs disrupt supply chains and raise prices for Americans. Politically speaking, this is a rare opportunity for Democrats, who are in the minority in both the House and Senate, to go on the offensive, as they don't have many options legislatively to stop the president's agenda.
Donald Trump and Republicans consistently promised that they were going to lower the high cost of living, and they've done the exact opposite.
The majority of Americans are starting to agree. A CNN poll out this week found 62% feel President Trump has not gone far enough to address inflation. In Washington, I'm Atrel Nashar reporting.
We want to hear from you. What should President Trump's top priority be? Just head to our website and answer our question of the day.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more videos from News Channel 20.